What the? How you guys doing? Welcome along. It's really happening. It's happening. I'm still shivering. That was a pretty fun podcast. Thanks for everyone who was there. I saw some of your names in the audience. Welcome along, everyone. Lovely to see you. Hope you guys have been well, doing well, been well, all that. Hope you're playing games, living life, playing fun games, I hope. I think I'm going to have to reduce the main volume. We'll see. Still want sound effects. Gotta hear the zombies. Let me try it at 70 for now. This is just a game I've been tooling around with. Last Stand Aftermath is a ISO kill stuff, loot stuff game with zombies in it, but it plays like a roguelike. Madoman, I don't know why my TTS isn't working. Thank you so much for the 42 months. I will read it aloud. Did you hear about the Florida State University library fire that burned 20 books? The real tragedy was 15 hadn't been colored yet? Oh. That is a tragedy. Potential wasted. You know I hate that. I could see that working with like a U.S. Senate library as well, you know. Congress. The Library of Congress. There's just so many places in the U.S. to make fun of. Why do you have an Ian emote? I need this. I have 2 Ian emotes. Are you kidding me? If you're gonna do something, overdo it. The 6-year-old daughter's lined up all of her dolls towards the outdoor grill. Looks like she's preparing some kind of barbecue. Very nice. You like this game? Rokeman Prime! Thank you so much. Enjoy your Ian emotes. Yeah, they're quality. They're quality. We got Sleepy Ian. We got Ian Yay. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for the Prime. I really appreciate it. I like calling people their name and Prime. You know, like Optimus Prime, Rockman Prime. You need to be a Transformer. So yeah, you play in this kind of roguelike way, this game. You go as far as you can, collecting stuff. And then eventually die. And start over. It's kind of cool. Oh, I think I'm in the middle. Am I in the middle of a run? I am in the middle of a run. Alright. Thank you so much, Queen of Hearts, for the 14 months of Prime. You're getting your ass beat in 14 right now. Cheers. So you're not fighting a raid boss. You're like at one of the ERP events. Is that what you're saying? Hey, congrats. Those clubs are sometimes difficult to get into. Aren't they kind of expensive in the Guild category? Yeah, so I like the little story they got in this one, because it's like you're infected, and so you know you only have so much time. So you're heroically going out into the world to like find things and track down resources and solve problems for the humans that remain. Completely unrealistic, but it makes you feel heroic, which I love. And there's a little bit of crafting. You find stuff and you can piece it together to make this one where I have the roll reload. Yeah. Oh, I think I have a brick. Take that. 24/7. You have quests occasionally. You are trying to make progress on a bigger map. And the more progress you make, the harder the zombies get. Like there's different types of zombies, so pretty fun little concept. Things aren't like they could be tuned a little better. I'm lucky I'm behind this thing. Those guys explode. He could have easily trapped me in there. Whew, close one. And I'm out of antiviral. Electronics. You have a bullet time system, but I always forget about it. So I'm kind of playing hard mode because I don't use the bullet time. Crafting, you say? Indeed. So here's some crafting, like you have recipes. They do a thing where you can pop an item in, and then it will... everything's a combination of 2 items. And then it will give you things that work with what you have, like options for making stuff will appear. So it's not pure guesswork, but you don't know until you sort of experiment. And let me give you an example. Let's see. Water bottle. Oh god. Wasn't paying attention. See, that's how they get you. Ammunition's limited, yeah. Melee weapons are limited. Like down in the corner here, you can see this cleaver has basically 7 hits left on its durability before it breaks. So let's do white arrow. White arrow will combine with any of these other things. I know all 3 of the recipes, so you basically put something in the other thing, and then it tells you unknown item here, or you can craft the thing. I know what it does, so. Or it can remove and make the other thing. So eventually you sort of figure out all the combinations as you get different combinations of loot. And then they're usually like your go-to things that you kind of always need. So you're looking for the parts for those things. So pretty fun. The Death Adder, 45 caliber. Woo. Do you feel lucky, punk? I got a sawed off too. Things make noise, the zombies, you know. You can get silencers, and melee's pretty quiet. You can stealth, but I don't do it too often. I'm Rambo. Actually, Rambo stealths. Ooh, there's gas. You have a car that takes you between locations, but you need gas to be able to go from place to place. This should be enough. Enough for what? What up, Betty? I am back. How's everyone doing? Oh, is like a global cap. There isn't one of those, but there is a weight system, and ammo actually weighs something in this game, so it doesn't weigh much, but it will pile up. And the cap is usually like, you know, you need a lot more than you ever have. That's generally how it works. So, because the melee weapons deteriorate, and they deteriorate pretty quickly, you can't just use them. You can punch things, but punching is pretty bad. And then you can see down here I have a health bar, and I have a purple like viral bar, and it's working against my health bar. And as it hits each new segment, I like mutate further, and I get to pick a mutation perk. You'll see that happen pretty soon. But it cuts off my maximum health, and eventually I'll just keel over. So I'm on a time limit. And I'm not very efficient with my time, because I love to loot just everything, so... But am I allowed to talk about the project I'm working on right now? It's probably going to be a while. Yeah. Probably going to be a while. Game is pretty ambitious. Alright, so I got enough fuel to go 3. Let's see if there's anything else. There is something up there. Take that. I cleaved him. Got some herbs. Ooh, they got close. There's my mutation. Bulk. I could bulk up. More melee damage, but less movement speed. Deal 10% damage when at 30% health or lower. That's coming up pretty soon. Or thorns. Yeah, this one I don't want to be hit, so I guess we'll take cornered. Not great options there. And that's randomized. Oh, I don't have a... I need a workbench. I have been doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. By the way. Yeah, well. Whoa! Dude was not having it. Ooh, there's a compound in here with stuff. You collect knowledge from books and things, and supply, so that when you start the next run after this guy dies, I'll start another run. You gain benefits, so you have that's their meta power or meta progress track. So each run you're a little bit more powerful, which helps you progress just that little bit further with each run. They have an interesting food mechanic. Basically you have stamina and you use it like a normal stamina bar, but then, you know, exertion also drains your max stamina. And if you're overspending, like you spend too much time down here at the bottom, it starts to really chip away at it, which is common when you're fighting a ton of zombies. And then you eat food to recover your max stamina. Usually find more food than you need, though. So that's one thing, like, maybe it's just the early areas. But that's one of those things where I felt like the tuning just wasn't quite there. I'm still playing in sort of the early areas. Oh, glad you like it, Scott. Yeah, that was a fun one to do. Good old John Stats. Absolute superhero. But yeah, I couldn't help but laugh at that comment he made. How he does things differently than a lot of level designers do it. And I was just like, dude, you're responsible for making some of the best dungeons and games ever. So when you say people do things differently, I translate that as, so there's a lot of people doing shit work. Obviously he's talking about technique and whatnot, but yeah, I just took it as there's a philosophy thing that he's doing that is lost nowadays. You know, like, they don't make BRDs anymore. They make Scarlet Monastery wings, and that's about it, right? So, and it's something I think is missing. This is the big map. You start here and you move from right to left. So if I pass this, I chose this way, so I can't go back this way. You always have to be moving. And then each step of the way, you know, it's got that sort of Slay the Spire feel, where you can path through. This is a supply cache. That one's a safe house, so safe house is good. Like if you have a lot of batteries, you can unlock a lot of the things in the safe house, and then the safe houses have a little bit of free loot and a workbench and a fire, so that you can craft all the things you need. But supply cache is just good for future runs, and I think that's what I want. think I want to make this run last as long. There's a new Last Stand? Maybe? There's probably a fair number of games named Last Stand, certainly Aftermath, but they jam those things together. I didn't listen to Roman Cannon's interview. No. How was it? Did you find it interesting? Whoa, hi there. These little buggers tend to come in swarms, yeah. Come on, one at a time. Uh-oh. I broke my melee. Time to get out of 2x4. They're weak, though. Weak swarm units. Such a classic. Ooh, a truck. Do I have a battery? Oh, a stun grenade. 2 stun grenades. I don't have a battery? I thought I looted a battery. Didn't I loot a battery? I think I can make one. Nope, I need a workbench to make a battery. Dang it. Yeah, she's explaining this Roman special thing. Oh no. Imagine if WoW had D&D level designers instead of John stats. Hallways instead of... yeah. Exactly. Oh my god. I heard them coming for me. Oh, this thing's kind of fun. This is the... So you fire it up. You fire up the gadget the way you always do, give it a few good kicks. It powers it, but it's super loud. So all the zombies from all over rush this place. And you have a little while because there's barricades to get the goodies. And then you can either take the short term, lots of good gear. Right now, like, oh, look at that. 2 great guns, tons of ammo to make this run go further, or you can bank extra supply to help your next run. Gives you nothing now, but your next runs will be better. So I'm still developing. They're in! Oh, that didn't do anything. Oh, I got a pocket knife. These pocket knives suck. Ah! Whoa. Alright. Dark Souls training paying off there. Sometimes the zombies drop things, sometimes they don't. Oftentimes they don't. Broke another melee. Yeah, this thing's good for 10 swings. This thing's good for 20. Hits a lot harder though. Ooh, it's a 2-hander. Oh, this guy's armored. So you gotta melee him down a little bit, knock the armor off. And you can shoot him. Combat knife. Those are good. Those are good. Good to see you too, Angry Belly. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Arguing people about WoW, they always say Blizzard just needs to allocate the resource better to make X and Y system better. I don't think they have the ability to make amazing WoW because I don't think they have amazing people anymore. Yeah. Yeah, some of that's true. And some of that's, like, some of that is on us, like the previous generation. You could say some of it's on us, but you can also say it's something that the people that made Blizzard great didn't plan well for. And I've never seen a company plan well for this, by the way. I've never seen a game company, and part of this is because the industry is just so new in relation to every other industry out there. There's no long-term thinking in this industry, right? And in long-term thinking, you prepare for the next generation, right? Like you train the future, the next generation with the current generation. You bring them up to speed. And that just doesn't happen. I've never seen that take place. Like it happens a little bit naturally, just as people work together, but there's no intent. There's no plan for this. There's very little in terms of like, let's make sure the games that we make in 5-10 years time, we have just as much talent, whether it's the same people or new people. So yeah, everything's going to be short term. And they'll figure that out eventually as every industry gets more mature and it gets to be like aged. Like the industry right now is starting to realize, wow, we've got a lot of old dudes in the industry now who've been doing it for a long time. What do we do with those people? Right now it's put them out to pasture for the most part. Some places are like, no, we can actually leverage that experience, bring them in, consulting, things like that. But they're still in the process of figuring out what to do with that group. And eventually they'll get to the process of, translating that experience to future, generations. But they're just not thinking about that. Everything is right now is next quarter. What are we going to do to make money the next quarter? And yeah, I mean that's in a lot of industries as well. So yeah, processes weren't put in place to train the next group. The people with a lot of the knowledge didn't transfer that knowledge effectively to the next group. Didn't spend the next time or the right amount of time. Some of that's just because we were way too busy all the time, just staying afloat with the work in front of us. And then the other problem is, there's a lot of players out there, and that think that they have a lot of game design chops, right? It's the curse of youth to believe that you know everything, right? And so there's a lot of game designers that become game designers by being just really smart players, intelligent people. They can speak well, but they're still just players. They don't really understand the difference between a player and a designer. And they come across people with knowledge and they think they're dumb and old and don't understand why games are fun, even though they're playing a game that was made by exactly that person, right? So there's a disconnect there, and there's just a lot of people, especially in design. Like it's one thing to say I'm a brilliant programmer, and then you go to a place and you have to prove it, and you just can't because your code is buggy as shit, right? It's so much more difficult. Same with art. Like I tell everyone I'm an amazing artist, and then I go there and I'm drawing stick figures, and they're like, "What the hell is this shit?" But with design, it's much harder to convey actual expertise because everyone thinks they're a designer. So it's much more difficult to weed out bad design and elevate good design. And a lot of companies don't know how to do that, especially when they're not designed or led by designers. The companies are led by producers or other disciplines. They're like, yeah, that guy sounds like he plays a lot of games. Put him in charge, right? Oops. So Roman Special, which was more than just color variation on textures. He made stuff like Let's Rig Bear on dwarf model style stuff. Oh, interesting. I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't. It's not ringing a bell. It's interesting. What's something a lot of gamers think it's easy to do in your industry when in reality it's the extreme opposite? That's a great question. So one example is, why do you guys do things in games, right? What motivates you, right? And this is speaking mostly to achievers or high-end players, end-game players. The superficial answer is loot. Loot drives you, right? Like you just want the fat loot. But loot is the trick, right? That's the great illusion. The reason that you're playing and having fun and in a lot of cases continue playing is because the experience along the way was actually amazing. But and the items are trophies for those experiences. So, and a lot of those experiences, like what's memorable, are the things that were hard to get, right? So, a guy hands you something, it's not very memorable, but when you earn it, and it was difficult, and it's also balanced to reward that difficulty proportionately, then it's very memorable. So when you ask a player who's your new designer on the team, what do we have to do to make people really like this game? They're going to say we have to make sure the loot kicks ass, right? And that's like, no, you don't. You have to make sure the experience kicks ass, and then the loot is just a reminder of how much fun you had. It's just a trophy to the experience that you just went through. And that's what makes it memorable. It's all a part of that, right? And so there's a disconnect there between what the players think, because they think very superficially. I got the item, I feel amazing. Therefore, I want to get the next item. And while that's true, underneath all of that is the experience that you're having. And so, because there's, and this is the joke I always make, there's lots of items in lots of games, but you play specific ones because that game is better, right? Like you don't care about items that have a lot of power in games that are shit, right? And that's because there's no connection. It's like, okay, great, there's this really cool hammer in this game that is just dog shit, right? And so you don't play that game, so you don't care about the hammer. So you have to care about the experience before the items actually have any value. An incredibly important question. Have I seen the Warhammer Horus Heresy trailer? Wait, I think so. Oh, that was for the miniatures, right? Is that the one where they showed Horus just ripping people a little bit with those claws? That was pretty good, yeah. I did see that one. Is that the one you mean? That was pretty good. Yeah, so that's a pretty common, because we used to joke internally, like the quest designers used to joke on like buying the item designer lunch, because he would want to make sure he would try to gain favor with the item designer, so that the item designer would make the best, most powerful item for their quest rather than the quest designer next to them. Because, again, the superficial thinking is people like the quest that gives them the most powerful items, right? That's what's memorable. They don't care about any of the quest stuff. Fuck all that. It's just how powerful does the item make me? And so, and there is a smidgen of truth to that, right? Like there are people that only care about the power, but it's way more complicated than that. So. Just trying to make something I find fun and that others may enjoy along their own journey in game. Yeah. So, I mean, it's like any art. You're trying to take people that consume your art on a journey, whether that's a progression where people learn something. It's an emotional experience where you go through a bunch of feelings. I know, feelings. you feel like you're mastering something, you know, like you're taking them on some kind of journey with every piece of art. So, um, yeah, focus on the journey. Make sure it's a good one. What's up, J Dog? The cake the icing is on tastes bland and dry, it tarnishes the whole dish. That's right. So things just got too loot focused, right? Like, and it backfired. It backfired, and like in WoW, it's like, how many items do you remember? Right? It's just like fewer and fewer items are standing out, as opposed to items that stood out in, you know, vanilla WoW, etc. Because the experiences were so different. Fan mail from fellow player who has to do horrible things himself. I love it. I did play some World of Tanks, Modoman. It was fun. The game still got it. Let the galaxy burn, that's right. Man, I wanted that to be a game so badly. Or an animated series. You know, it's time, right, Terms? It's time. It's time for Games Workshop to step up. God damn it. I want it. I want it badly. I ran TBC with a very successful guild that is slowly crumbling because they care primarily about loot and progression and forgotten that the achievements and acquisitions only have value in the context of their group dynamics and game enjoyment. That's right. And like some of that is game design. You know, like game design has, because game design has made it loot centric, the experience of getting loot is secondary, and the loot itself is like where they've treated you like animals essentially, right? Like they're trying to turn you into Pavlov's dogs, where it's just like they put you on a treadmill, they make the process of acquiring a loot, you know, a piece of loot as easy as pushing the button, right? Push the button, get a little, you know, a pellet, right? And you're more sophisticated than that. I mean, you still push the button to get the pellet because, you know, a lot of you are stuck, but it's that's just not it. That's just not where the thing is. And so they need to go back to the basics, the fundamentals. And all this focus on queue times getting as low as possible, dungeon runs getting as quick as possible so you can repeat them 50 times to get more chances at the loot. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like somebody taking a slot machine, right? And they look at it and they're watching a person play it and they're like, oh, I'm watching these people really struggle to pull the lever. You know what I mean? Like, can we get some grease on that lever? Right? So now they're just like, yeah, woo! Right? It makes sense, like if you're running a slot machine thing, right? But you're not. So stop trying to figure out ways to get people to jam that, you know, lever over and over. You've been playing Witcher 3. Doesn't have the stick ability for me. Old WoW or Skyrim. I can't figure out why. Thoughts? Well, the play of it is, first of all, much less smooth. There's two styles also to the gameplay. I don't know if you noticed that, but in the options, there's two ways you can play. There's the default way and then an alternate way. And I preferred the alternate responsiveness to be much more playable. The first one was to, you know, it has that like, your guy's so busy animating that you're not in control all the time, which feels really bad to me. So that's a little bit better in the alternate version. But that's one big thing. Like for all of Witcher 3's amazeballs, Witcher 3 has a lot of really bad things too. Like the UI is pretty bad. The inventory management system is bad. Like collecting loot isn't that great. Yeah, definitely look for that control scheme. I think it's called, or something like that. But Z-axis death, yeah, falling 2 feet and dying is pretty good. But yeah, there's a lot of bad things. But I haven't finished Witcher 3 either. But man, what they do well with the characters and the storytelling and the quests and they do just the world is amazing. They do a lot of really cool things. The harvesting of resources is dog shit. It's that typical. Really, I'm supposed to. Elden Ring has this problem too. I'm supposed to duck down and loot every 2 seconds because there's an herb every 5 feet in the world. It's just like, fuck off. I either need 1,000 of these things to make the stuff I'm going to need to make, or, which is mind blowing, right? Bad. Or I don't need any of it, and it's just there to trick me into thinking I do. And so I spend a ton of my time harvesting herbs when I don't need to at all. I can ignore all of it because get a little bit and then I'll have all I need to craft things. But just the frequency at which they allow you to kneel down and harvest something is crazy in that game. In Elden Ring, they solved this by making it so you can do it without any animation, right? Which is so terrible too. While on your horse, you're just spamming the pickup button, right? Just in case while you're running over colorful things, shit's flying into your backpack. Just like, God. It's just the worst kind of open world harvesting nonsense. It's like, make that an event, please. Make finding a node exciting, and I go over and I sit down and I harvest it, and I get some in my backpack, and I'm excited to translate that into something usable, right? Like, make all of that stuff meaningful and cool. But instead it's just like, nope, I'm riding on my horse over colorful patches of flowers and just spamming E so I can vacuum shit into my backpack. It's like just, ugh, so bad. How fares my progress? I've killed two bosses with my first character. Then I remade, I made a new character. I made Chog, big axe, big two-handed axe. And now I've played him. I've killed the first boss, and I did all of the Weeping Island or whatever that I didn't do with the first character. So I did more stuff in the early areas that my second character hadn't, or my first character hadn't. But I haven't killed the second boss yet. So I made an alt, but I put that game down more, and I'll tell you why, than the typical Souls game. Most Souls games I get, and I have to play it fanatically until I'm done. But Elden Ring I put down a lot, and it's because of the open world challenge and consistency, right? Like, one of the reasons why that game is so successful, way more successful than all the previous Souls games have been, is because it's easier to more people, right? Because like you get to Margit, and you can't beat Margit, right? In previous Souls games, it's like get good or quit the game, right? Those are your options. And so a lot of people wash out. I got to Margit, couldn't get past. But in Elden Ring, you can go farm the outdoor world a bunch. There's a bunch of places you can go where you can fight things, mini bosses, or just outdoor world stuff, and get more powerful. And so a lot of people see that as, oh, this is just a dramatic improvement to the series. But for me, it's like I was able to kill Margit and then Godric, and I did all of Stormvale Castle, which is amazing. And then I also want to explore the world because I like finding all the nooks and crannies in Souls games, right? Souls games. So I leave Stormvale Castle and I go through the rest of Limgrave, and there's almost nothing in Limgrave that challenges me at this point because I've gotten good enough to beat 2 pretty hard bosses. And so I just wander around exploring, but it's not fun because it's not challenging. And the bosses I do find kind of trash. Like they're real easy for, you know, and they're designed to be easy for those people that couldn't get past that stuff. But so whereas the tuning of challenge in previous Dark Souls games was really tight, like the progression is so well developed in terms of like, oh, I beat that challenge, next one is really hard, and I barely beat that one, and the next challenge really hard. You know, like there's a progression to it that really, like, it's not hills and valleys. And Elden Ring is just like tons of inconsistent challenge levels, and I find myself getting really bored when I'm fighting things constantly that are not challenging, because I want to explore, but there's a chance I find something that's really hard, and there's a chance I find something that's really easy, which is the open world promise, but also the dilemma. And so, after too much of just like what I feel is just like exploring content to be farmed, because I'm sort of phoning in my moves, I get kind of bored, you know. So I put it down, and then it's like, oh, but there's more Elden Ring, there's more bosses to kill, and I get excited about wanting to play a Souls game again, and I jump back in and fire it up again and have fun for a while, but then I put it down again. And so all the things that have made more casual players fall in love with Elden Ring is something I think that is making core gamers that love the Souls series for what it is, like myself, like think it's not as good, right? At least that's my opinion. Like, and I've said this a couple times now, but I'm more excited for a Dark Souls. I'd be more excited for a Dark Souls 4 than an Elden Ring 2, basically. So, because the way it's just built and designed is so much tighter. So that's my rundown of Elden Ring. No one wants to do the endless grindy resource thing, yeah. So I think the solution to that is not no animation, but just fewer instances where you harvest. You know, give twice as much stuff half as often, right? Or 3, 4, 5 times, you know, where necessary. And then you can make it an experience, right? Because then it's just like, oh, fucking hell, sweet, there's this thing. I love it. I'm gonna tap it a few times, get a bunch of resources. Now I can do a bunch of stuff, right? Rather than just constant harvesting, which is just so terrible. What I've seen is that it's too easy to get lost in the open world and miss critical lore equipment stuff. Yeah. I mean, nothing is really. There's very. Yeah, I guess on websites where they're really talking Pentologists about the in very detailed terms what's going on in Elden Ring, those are people that are more completionist centric. So they're going to feel like missing a piece of equipment was critical to their game experience. But it's hard for me to say like any piece of equipment is necessary in that game. Like there's so many options. Just you can make it work with nothing or anything really. You know, so most of it is still just be good with the timing, you know, be good with dodging and attacking and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then for lore, it's like I think that's even more true. There's just more people that don't give two shits about the lore of that game, right? So missing a piece of critical lore is like, what? But then there's some people that are extremely into it and everything they might miss. But those are the people that are going to scour the world anyway, right? World records under 7 minutes. I got that. Want to put it down. We left with the feeling you want to come back again. It is definitely healthy, but I recognize it as a difference in my experience and how I usually approach Souls games. So, like, will I finish Elden Ring? I mean, that's an open question. And that seems crazy because, like every other Souls game I've completed, and I was pretty thorough with the completion. So now Elden Ring has a ton of content, so that might be a thing, but contained open area is almost always better. Yeah. Yeah, like I think there's a lot of problems with open world design that we haven't quite figured out yet. Like I think they're too open, like because you go from like Witcher's a great example. You start off on this small island and you have a good taste of all the different things going on in the Witcher game. And they all taste good because they're in proportion. It's not too much steak, it's not too much starch. It's a good combination of steak and potatoes and vegetables, soup, salad, drink, right? Like all those things are nicely balanced to create an awesome meal instead of just like all you can eat steak. All right, maybe this is a bad analogy. I like steak a lot, but you know what I'm saying. Because when you get to the open world, then it's just like I can do all steak, but steak is starting to taste kind of bland after a while. It's starting to taste pretty samey, and you don't even realize that you're destroying your love of steak because you're just overindulging, right? You need some balance up for your palate. I did that with prime rib actually. When I used to work fine dining food and beverage, there was always prime rib left after that they fed to the employees, and I got so sick of prime rib, right? And it was just like you go to a fancy restaurant, and they're like slicing prime rib right on the carving station there, and I'm just like, oh, it's fucking gross. Everyone around me is like, are you kidding me? What's wrong with you? I was like, I know, I'm sorry, but terrible. One of the players who loves finding a minor or medium boss in a dungeon wrecking face on it. Yeah, that experience is really enjoyable occasionally, right? But you don't want the whole game to be that. And the reason that is interesting, I think, for most people, is because it's a nice reminder of how much they've progressed, right? Like how powerful they've become. So at the start of the game, it was difficult, but you learned and you grew and you leveled up and you equipped right, and you made good choices and you practiced and you struggled, and now you're in a place where you can just fucking smash, right? And it just feels good. It feels good because it's like you've put in the work, and now you're flexing, But if the whole game starts out and continues like that, you get pretty bored pretty quickly. Like always smashing, you get too much of. So it has to be in the right amounts. Heavy reuse of Boston enemies is a bit of a chore as it went on. Interesting. The story is a lot better. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I haven't played enough to. Do I like the controls? They're okay. Yeah, they're okay. It's definitely interesting. Like because I put it down more frequently and I go to play other games, um, it's non-traditional control scheme, right? So you have to relearn how to play other games, and then you can play all other games, and then you go back and play Elden Ring, and you have to relearn. Oh yeah, F is for jump, or whatever. Because I play keyboard and mouse, and it's like every other game is spacebar jump, right? So it's hard to control games without the player can do anything, right? So I like unlocking areas. Like here's an area. You can choose, priority of things that you can do, but we still like giving you a balanced meal as much as possible. You love steak more. That's become expensive, and we buy it less often. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So open world is it's just higher risk. It's higher variance because you don't know what the player is going to do. He's either going to find things that are perfect challenge for him, too hard, or too easy. You just don't know, and so the experience is varied. Dark Souls was really tightly tuned in terms of like that challenge progression. So um, you just felt like it was almost always challenging you. Every once in a while, you get to a boss that, based on your current build, was easier than the other ones, right? Like Pyromancy destroys this dragon, but Two-Handed Sword is really difficult, or vice versa. But usually, it's pretty tight. It progressed pretty well. That's right, Power Sham. So yeah, and that's the other. Yeah, that's the solution. Is like scaling everything to your level, but pretty terrible for other reasons. Um, and the other thing it does is like it doesn't solve the problem because relative to everyone's ability, all you've really done is make the challenge the same, and that same could be perfectly tuned. It's always perfectly challenging. It's always easy, or it's always too hard. And naturally players do get better. So even that is like it's not a stationary thing. It tends to be the game is getting easier as I progress. So yeah, it's a really difficult thing to get right. Like almost impossible to get right. Have you played through Fallout New Vegas? I have. That game is amazing. Very true. Yeah, you can see below in my bio my list of favorite games. It's in there. So yeah, we just haven't figured out the designs of open world quite yet. But yeah, I think as people have mentioned, like I think what would be better is the illusion of open world. To be honest, like people thinking they can go anywhere and do anything, but in reality, there's a fair number of places that are like, "No, you're not ready for this. You can't do it yet." Um, and that could be with some really hard boss that's guarding the border. That could be hard locks. You need to find the key to open this thing. That kind of thing. But yeah, and then have people have a nice meal, move on to the next area, have another nice meal, next area, right? And then um, rather than here's the whole buffet, go to town on whatever you want, and you know what do we do? What do we do at buffets, right? We embarrass ourselves. We do things that are very, very bad for us. But goddamn, it's good. It's good fun. Lots of question marks still. Ooh. So many bags in this place. Gas and a bag. I'm in through the window. Ooh. About half full. Optimistic. Oh, see, there's a trap right here. See this shotgun? You can barely see it. Tripwires right here. Here we go. Oof. Oof. So you can only carry one, like, back thing. So I gotta run to my car and then come back. Oh, hey. Yeah, give me the old 1-2. Yeah, baby. Heavy lifting, beautiful. Taking damage, restore stamina, flinch chance. Oh, I can't not do heavy lifting. The game's about loot. I likes the loot. Get that fuel in there. The 2x4 for this girl. I'm down to 2 bars. I'm not going much further. I'm out of antiviral. Oh, there's a cellar here? Man. I don't think I need loot, to be honest. Whoa. I need a workbench. Shove it in the trunk. Some extra supply. Peace out. What game is this? What's up, sexy? It's called The Last Stand Aftermath. Current location. Military outpost, military outposts. I think I'll just skip one and go to the other. I got the fuel. Feel like nothing was stopping me from going wherever when level 10. Yeah, I think the world, traveling the world isn't very dangerous, right? That's another problem that a lot of open world places have. Like in WoW, you go to a place that's 10 levels higher than you, not only are the mobs going to 1 or 2 shot you, but they aggro you from a lot further away, right? So it's very dangerous. And there's still ways to get through there, and if you're, crafty, you can do it. But the world does a good job of defending itself from people that shouldn't be where they're at, or shouldn't be where they're trying to go. But Torrent, the horse, is so fast, and the double jump, and you can just ignore so much of the world, right? That you can. The world just doesn't do a good enough job of smacking you when you try to get, try to go places you shouldn't be. Yeah, I don't like the horse at all. It's funny too, because it made me wonder, if a lot of your world is both safe to travel, not dangerous, and not very exciting to run across, then the designers, through playtesting, are probably going to want to up the horse's speed over time. You know what I mean? To reduce the amount of tedious travel, right? And so now when I look at horses and how they're designed, the faster the horse, that's the first thing I'm thinking is, oh man, this game's going to be pretty boring to run around. It's going to be too big in terms of content per inch, and so that's something to observe as you're playing, is how fun it is to run around the world. What was the title that you've been working on? Oh, I haven't announced yet, sexy. How about Elden Ring with Days? Yeah, now we're talking. So yeah, I do wish the world were a little more dangerous.
Some people would say this is an important number.
42? It's a very important number. Aaron T, how are you? Thank you so much for the 42 months. Appreciate you so much. When you decide to let it catch up to you, yeah, that's right. You're in full charge, full control. Yeah, the horse I don't think it's making some areas that I would have loved to have traversed on foot and had to figure out how to get through a breeze. It's made some fights with like the dragon at the beginning. It's just like that's a signature moment, right? Like your first dragon in a Souls game is a signature fight. And I fought him on foot the first time, and I'm like, wow, this is really hard. This is kind of awesome. And then I got on the horse because I was running back to it after getting my ass handed to me. I stayed on the horse and realized, oh my god, this is 10 or 20 times easier on the horse. Like, so ridiculous of a difference. And so killing the dragon on horseback was so much easier that it took a lot of the joy out of that signature moment, because it came too early and was too easy because of this fucking horse. And it made me sad, Working on my own unannounced title. Very nice, very nice. Hope it's going well. Adding horse in Elden Ring feels weird. There's some spots where the mobs are supposed to ambush you, but it doesn't feel threatening at all because horse, yeah, you're just too fast. You double jump to places you shouldn't be. Yeah, there's a couple of and so it's doing some work of spoiling potentially amazing experiences, right? I'm gonna wish you had that horse in the future, right? So yeah, it's so different. It's tough to design, right? Like, is this a horse fight or is this not a horse fight? You kind of have to assume it's a horse fight if it's outdoors because people can, so they will, and which makes fighting those things on foot ridiculous by comparison. And I think the battles on foot are a lot more interesting and compelling than they are. There's just a lot more things going on in a fight on foot than there is in the fight on the horse. So, yeah, it's a weird thing to design a whole section of the game for a mode that the character's likely going to be in that's less compelling and interesting and has fewer dynamics, right? I would see that as like a pretty critical mistake. But people like to go zoom, so there were some apparent attack animations Torrent had. Oh, they didn't add them in the launch. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna wish I had them on the horse. See, that tells me there's even either lots of terrain I have to cover that's extremely boring, the old 45-minute bridge cross, or there's some bosses that you just can't kill on foot, because of some mechanic going on. But yeah, the fight, like I don't want to fight on the horse. How you doing, Medicine Man? Long time no see, indeed. You hear The Witcher 4 is going to be made in Unreal Engine 5. That'll improve the engine. Yeah, interesting. I didn't hear that, but yeah. I wonder how much of the team that made the first 3 games into blockbusters are going to be working on Witcher 4, or a lot of those visionaries have moved on. Fight mostly on foot, but I'm not too fond of constant swing, run, just not for me. Yeah, I'm the same way. Just doesn't feel as dynamic. Like, positioning matters so much in combat in that game, and the horse makes easy getaways, like positioning, a much different and I think worse problem. The number of attacks you miss because you didn't line up your horse feels frustrating, and the number of times you can just avoid incoming attacks because you zoom away, right? That would have been a much bigger problem on foot. I'm just going to make sure the next Witcher looks pretty as hell, I'm sure, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that's one of the signatures of the Soul series is the combat experience, the timing, the positioning, the strategy, the execution. So the horse makes a lot of those things a lot more trivial. Seems like a desperate move at Cyberpunk fiasco. Yeah, I think Cyberpunk is actually a really good game. If you sort of give it. So if you cut it slack, and I know there's a lot of slack to cut, but if you give it a little slack on the technical side, the launch, because I didn't have problems, but consoles were a nightmare, etc. But if it's working, right, and you judge it for its strengths rather than its weaknesses, because Witcher 3 has like we were just talking about earlier, it has a lot of weaknesses, but it's still an amazing game despite those weaknesses because its strengths are so powerful. Then I think Cyberpunk is a great game. Because the things it does well, it does really, really, really well. Yeah, obviously a lot of people had a lot of problems with it working. I think they had forgotten about the bad elements of Witcher 3 over time because, like, for whatever reason, it's like they stopped caring about how shitty the UI is. We're just like, oh man, it was so great to bang all those sorceresses or whatever. Yeah, so the Tree Guardian at the beginning and the Knights Cavalry bosses. Yeah, the Tree Guardian. He's interesting. That's the first. Yeah, that's the first. That's the first like real challenge, right? Like in previous Souls games, you would kind of have to kill him if you wanted to progress. Not necessarily true, but to me, he's like the. In 3, when you go to when you're going up the path to the Firelink Shrine and you go to the left and there's that samurai dude and there's a door behind him, Dylan, right? Like, son of a bitch. You can ignore that and just go the normal way. But if you want to go that way, you got to learn how to play this game, right? In Sekiro, it was the giant thing that I struggled on for a long time, right? Like, there's usually one of those guys, and so it's either core progression or it's like side progression, but he's there. But the way Elden Ring is structured, he was just so ignorable. Like, just ignore him for the whole game. Like, like he's not in front of a door that's rewarding to kill him so that I can experience the game in a different way and feel really good. And it's not in front of core progression, so I can just go around him. So you can do it as a flex. Oh yeah, I killed that guy at level 5. Look at me. But yeah, he's just so ignorable. Alright. Whoa! Oh, I'm out of stamina. Somebody rolled too much. No, I'm not talking about fat rolls either. This guy's armored. know what the red things are. I guess they're crits. Oh, I gotta equip a combat knife? Sure. Yeah, the Elden Ring is pretty fascinating from a design perspective, I think. And apparently the head of the company is like, this is the future of the company, Elden Ring. He was like, wow, Dark Souls games usually sell about 4 or 5 million copies. Now, Elden Ring sold like 12, 13. Yeah, it's the future of the company. So, my whole wish for Dark Souls 4 instead of Elden Ring 2 might not be coming anytime soon. Good for them. Yeah, they got to that point, right? For good or bad, because I think they've lost a little bit of the core audience, at least in me. But I'm super happy for them to be successful. There's no question. They deserve tons of success. But I'm sad. I'm personally sad that, you know, much like many of you feel or have felt in the past about WoW, oh, they're designing for the casuals now, right? And you think that it's come at the cost of your enjoyment of the game. Like, it's in that same ballpark. It's like, if we do these things, we're going to get way more people playing and enjoying, but the core experience is going to be less in some way. Groovy. Just not as tight. Yeah, exactly. Very inconsistent. That's how I described it earlier. Not sure if you were here for the whole rant, but... And the Dark Souls experience used to be very, very, very deliberately progressed. And it was one of the things it was amazing at. Oh my god, I'm running out of juice. Whoa! Dang, this girl's like right in between the shrapnel hits. This is rough. I got another one of these. Oop. See how fast I go through these melee weapons? Give it a few kicks. Alright. Oh my god, it gave me an antiviral. Sick! That guy's going around back. Oh, 2 antivirals. Very nice. One for the road. I didn't have any batteries to get through the gear, though. Hi, friends. Oh, I'm out of shells. Should we try the Death Adder? The red dot. Hell yeah. Feel lucky? Anyone feel lucky? Do you? Oh, unsatisfying with the silencer though, isn't it? Packs a punch though. Which we're loath to do, that's right. Was this game on Facebook? Ooh, that's an interesting question. Don't know. God, I gotta find a workbench. Oh, sport shot rifle. Hello. Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. Just found me a katana. Got my trusty 2x4 though. It's not that trusty, to be honest. When does the speed dating start? Always. Always in progress. Oh no. Feels okay. Feels groovy. Oof. There's enough to get out of here, but not much else. Dark Souls, the franchise, sold 27 mil, no hype behind, so I guess Elden Ring selling 12 mil with massive hype is expected, yeah. But I also just think, yeah, like a lot of people picked it up and tried it, loving it for the first time. And they wouldn't go near a Souls game. What do you think I am? Some kind of hardcore gamer? I ain't no nerd. Herc Blockade. I don't need to open this place, but I wonder if they have a workbench somewhere. I sure could use a workbench. I know they have a workstation. I should check that anyway. We have fuel in there. You guys were worried, weren't you? Alright. Oh, the fuel's right here. Plenty in this can. That's nice of them. I could just bail. Got 3 fuel. Oh, Jesus. Whoa! What was that? Oh, I'm out. Oh god, I'm out! Grabbed! Oh god, I didn't... Disaster. Oh! I killed 206 infected. Lucas! You co-op on horses or PvP on horses? Interesting, yeah. Yeah, I'm the same, Conan Bronies. Like, it was a shock to the industry, or the marketplace system, because everything up to that point was like almost no challenge whatsoever. So the first game with actual challenge was like, oh my god, it's so hard. But yeah, like everyone in like the core gamer group, that played any of the, whether it be MOBAs, Counter Strike, you know, WoW rating, like anything, any game with enough challenge, probably took to Dark Souls and were like, yeah, it's hard, it's different, but it's doable. Should I be the dentist, Mike the dentist, Lisa the enforcer, or Jacqueline Lopez the porter? I think we need a dentist, don't we? He's got the red armband and everything. Definitely the dentist, right? Bricktop. Bricktop the dentist. Do you know what nemesis means? Alright, so knowledge. We get to perk up here. Get to get all perky. So of course I've already filled out faster XP. I hate these fucking talents so much. Faster XP and knowledge gain. Why? Why put these in when you know they're the best choice? Everything else is completely subpar. 100% chance to find more ammo, I thought was pretty good. Crafting chest to all safe houses. I haven't seen that one yet. Hurt codes. Oh, backpack carrying capacity, yeah. I really like this one. Ooh, these are expensive. Ooh. Hoo-wee. Alright. We did it. Now I can carry 70? Well, that's a big upgrade. Huge, you could say. So then there's the supply thing. I can improve the supply. I can do different things like I'll just gain 20 knowledge. That's one thing I can do. Or you can like there's like a store that's in town where you can buy things or have things available there, so you can like spend supply to put a bunch of things in there to make your future runs better equipped. Bandages, 9mm and shotgun shells. Is there a... That's all that's available right now. Pipe. I like bandages. I like 9mm rounds. Shotgun shells. And then there's others that just give you a bunch of stuff that you can ration over the next several runs. This item is placed into the armory permanently and is replenished on each run. Oh, that's nice. So I can take a bit of tape. I like these. A simple piece of lumber. Should I just take the knowledge? Sure. Knowledge it is. 49 9mm rounds. What a kitchen knife. Alright. So now I can start with a piece of tape and a bandage, which I already have some. Pretty nice, right? Who doesn't like a piece of tape and a bandage? Alright, let's go, dentist. Wait, can I unlock the next stage of backpack? Oh, I need 2 more. Dang it. Alright. Big tape gains. Huge. Yeah, it's a roguelike. It's gonna be like pulling teeth. Oh. Patience is your biggest enemy, yeah. Like, I've always played games carefully. But you know, I go through areas slow. I try to observe. I take each enemy seriously, right? But games got to the point where you were just fucking running through zones full tilt and just left clicking to win. You know what I mean? And it was just like so people got. I feel like a lot of players got into that mode of just like I can treat any game like this and it's just gonna let me win. Like, and then Dark Souls is like, what the fuck are you doing? Right? Like, no. And it's like, what? I didn't win? Like, what? Shocking. It's just a total shock to the system. What do you mean the game's not designed so I win? Like, that's so deprotagonizing. I'm the hero. Go fuck yourself. Here we go. Out of fuel. Luckily, there's a gas station. Oh, I didn't load. Oh, I can't. I have to reload manually now. I can't do my roll to reload thing anymore. Give me that. I'm out of here. What if there's a second? Fuck it. A clinic. What am I trying to get to? Safe house. We'll go to the clinic, but then we're gonna. I think we're gonna zoom to the safe house, not the supply cache. I think. I want to see the new chests I get at the safe house. You get the dentist's office, true. Urgent care, here we go. Back in the day, most games were hard. Yeah, like, right, like the arcades, massively hard to drain your quarters. First consoles, you know, the early games were massively hard because they were based on. It was like trying to bring the arcade home. You know, that was the selling point. Unlimited quarters. Woo! But it still had. And then people were like, I'm offended when I lose. So this place got aggro quick. Like that, and that, and that. Oh, that's gotta be unsanitary. Going bare knuckle against the zombie's mouth. Know what I mean? Whoa, hi friend. I'm looting here. Oh! The old click. I think I brought that extra bandage. Stomping heads. Oh, take that one to the kidneys. I love the sucker punches on zombies. It's so funny. Oh, and look at that one. I made him piss himself. I hit him so hard in the kidney. Yeah, but he's still coming at us. Who brings the car back? They send people out. Yeah, to tow the car back. They actually have a little bit of lore in there to explain how the card gets back. It's pretty funny. Yeah, one of the characters, if I die again, I'll show you the safe house. Like has a guy who's like sleeping on a giant tow truck. I need to make a new melee weapon. Guess maybe skipping that first area. Might have been for the birds. What mechanics would you add that would challenge you after the tutorial area? Well, there are areas. They're just because of the open world element. Like the whole Weeping Island. What's it called? Weeping... I don't know. But that whole island, right, is designed for pressure release for people that are bad at the game, right? You go to Margit, you get your ass kicked by Margit. There's no way you're going to be able to beat him. You're just not good enough as a gamer. You're going to need levels and gear, right? Mostly levels on your gear, right? You need smithing stones specifically to get your weapon to be damaging them so that he can be killed in, 8 hits instead of 15 or whatever it is. And so that whole island is there for that purpose. That's the design purpose of the game. So if you're not that person that's having trouble with Margit, then that whole area is going to be a snooze because you come from Dark Souls games. That area is not designed for you. And so you should skip it, right? In order to keep your sort of challenge level, therefore engagement and enjoyment levels, peaking, you should skip that whole area. But how many of us are actually going to do that? Because we love running around and fighting everything a Dark Souls game has to offer, right? But the solutions are, like, don't design it for that purpose, or suffer that, or just live with the consequences, right? Is there a middle ground? I'm not sure that there is. Without doing other things like you scale the game based on your level, but that has all of its own problems. I don't think that's an effective solution. Hello? Somebody there? At this time of night, who's banging on the door? This feels like a dentist office. Or just yeah, there's tons of medical stuff in here. Water cooler. Oh, did they bust in? Oh, they don't know where I am. They didn't pass the door. Med kits. So heavy. Why are you trying to jump out at me? Oh, we dropped something. What'd you have? 9mm rounds. I hate to ask where you put them. Heyo. No goddamn melee weapons. Camera wasn't working great there. What are you doing? Oh god. We got runners. Energy drink. Oh, kitchen knife. It's broken. It slices, it dices. Oh, another broken kitchen knife. Whoa, there it is. Most frightening level up ever. Taste for blood. Creatures that are bleeding nearby draw your attention. Should be a vampire. Aim damage is really good. I'll deal additional damage versus bleeding enemies. Never done this. This just seems really weak, considering how fast things die. But I could see a vampire dentist, you know what I mean? So let's try the vampire dentist. I've come to pull your teeth. Oh yeah, I've got... Is that 9mm also? Oh nice, okay. I gotta repair it though. Pipe pistol... Oh wait. Oh, it's broken, so... Broke another kitchen knife. Oh, it's medical? What does it do? 40 stamina heal, okay. All food is considered medical, I guess. Are you happy? You savage assholes. You took us for everything we had. We'll come back one day and we'll find you. I wonder if they ever did. Canned fish. Got our sprats. Oh, workbench. Yes. Yes. We got our sprats. Come on, bud. Clear out a little bit. Oh, there's more. I want to use the workbench. Get away from me. Let me craft in peace. So we can fix this gun now. Some scrap. I can also fix this kitchen knife. I wonder how much scrap I have. I have 10. I got a lot of scrap. What else? We're going to make a battery. Awesome. Scrap and electronics. Improvised rifle scope. Molotov. Some melee parts. More melee parts. And more melee parts. I don't think I need that many. Bottle suppressor. Alright. So I can unequip that. G4 pistols fixed. Kitchen knife is fixed. then I can dispose of this. There's no breaking down in the game that I'm aware of. Get away from me, Sparky. Oh, my kitchen knife, I repaired it and it only had one or swing left in it. I guess I could go make knuckle dusters. Pocket knife to the rescue. Not too bad with the guns, you know what I mean? By the guns, I mean these things. I can throw them. $40 hits? Sure. Yeah. You guys ever had to kick a door down? I've had to. That's about how long it took me to. You're never quite sure. Like, you don't want to put your whole weight into it just in case. But it takes a little bit of punishment. Alright, what else? Oh, there's gasoline over here somewhere. Oh, it's hiding in the corner. About half full. I'm trapped in the dungeon. You fix your undermount. If every dungeon was treated like a boss encounter, all dungeon entrances have a grace outside of their entrance. You go through a fog wall and it inches the entire dungeon until the boss is dead. If you die, all dungeon resets. Yeah, so that's actually really interesting. One of the things I've noticed in Elden Ring that they don't do anymore is make you run through the whole area before you fight the boss, right? Like, how many times in earlier Dark Souls games was just getting to the boss a part of the run, you know? Now every time I see a tough encounter, I look around. I'm like, yep, there's a bonfire right around here somewhere, and I've never failed to find one, right? And I'm sad. Like, it used to be sometimes the boss is right next to the bonfire, and oftentimes you have to fight through the whole level and then fight the boss. And now they only do the model where bonfire right next to boss. Or, yeah, one of the Marika, statues or whatever. But I'm sad. It's like, I feel like they've lost something there because there's an inertia, or not inertia, there's an attrition thing going on there with your Estus flasks, right? Like, you can't use 6 of your 8 on trash, you know? You have to, like, be really conservative fighting dudes, and that's kind of awesome, you know? Like, I'm sad that that's not a thing anymore. I would have loved to have been the fly on the wall in the discussions on the Statue of Marika too, like to see why they felt that was the thing to do. I haven't given that a lot of thought and trying to second guess them or reverse engineer that design. But yeah, it's like the only thing I can think of is they don't want to refill your Estus at that point or have you teleport to that point later in the game, but they want you to be able to re-challenge the boss over and over from that point. So yeah. 100% place there, yeah. So that might just be as simple as that. But yeah, I'm sad. I'm sad that fighting through the area just to get to the boss and then beating the boss, with whatever you have left is no longer a thing. I think that was a really fun part of the experience. Yeah, sometimes the area is the boss, yeah. But yeah, so what you were suggesting is like kind of similar to the old style where the whole area has to be completed in one go and attrition really matters. Because like how many times are you on a run and you take a few early bad beats from bad play and you're like, fuck, I'm only going to have 3 Estus for this boss attempt. It's going to be really hard. And it puts a lot of extra pressure on you to play even more perfectly. And it creates that anxiety, and I love that sense of tension and anxiety from games. Like I'm really going to have to perform. And then when you do it, you're just like, fucking A, I did it. I couldn't do it on 8 in the last 3 attempts, but I did it on 3 this time. I am a stud, right? Like, I am an absolute beast at this game. It's just so fun. A lot of praise on the lack of run back. Yeah, absolutely. It's just like, good God. I've been getting that internally sometimes. People that aren't designers saying things like, the game really respects my time. Fuck you. Just fuck you. Making things super easy and convenient is not respecting your time. It's just not. Right? Like, making things challenging so you have to overcome challenge and you have to get invested and be engaged and make good decisions and play well. That's what's rewarding your time. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, exactly. My time is respected when I'm engaged during it. Exactly right. Because if the whole experience is easy and it doesn't engage, then they've wasted all of your time, right? That's the argument I always make. People say, I don't want my time wasted when I die and I lose progress because I've failed. That's it's wasting some of my time. And I'm like, yeah, but a game that isn't challenging, never engages you, is wasting all of your time, 100% of your time. So, like, I don't know. It's just a really weird argument. Running back through a spot to a boss to find an illusion that gives an extra item. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's a big thing for WoW. Like, MMOs are, notorious, right, for wasting people's time, not respecting people's time. But the original design of WoW is shit happens on the way. There's a chance shit happens on the way. Here's an example, right? In retail WoW, what's your goal when you get on? Your goal is to kill bosses, right? So you have this sort of linear plan in terms of what is my game experience going to be. My game experience is going to be killing bosses so I can get loot, so I can fight the next bosses, so I can get loot, find the next bosses, right? And you can pretty much engage in that core loop every time you log into the game. The number of distractions from that are fewer, and the number of times players want to engage in those few distractions are also fewer, right? So you're basically just always doing the thing you want to be doing, right? And there's very little spontaneous game experiences, right? And so, but the old system was like, or the old gameplay design was like, okay, I want to do my quests. I want to kill bosses in the dead mines, right? I happen to start the experience in, let's say, Ironforge, and you're like, okay, but my goal tonight is to do this quest to kill the boss in dead mines, right? Um, and so I got to get there first, right? And so I know I can take the tram, so I run down to the tram, and like, you go to the tram and you come across some dude that's oiling up his dwarven hand cannon, right? You spend a good 10 minutes ERPing with that guy, and then you jump on the tram and you complete your journey to Stormwind, right? Spontaneous distraction. Then you get to Stormwind and you're running through and you see a chat message that says somebody's selling some cool item that you want, right? And you're like, oh man, I could buy that item. That'd be amazing for me right now. But I don't quite have enough money. So you run to the bank and you're like, oh, my bank is a shambles. So you have to organize your gear, find some quick things you could sell maybe on the auction house or to vendors. You go do that. You put enough scratch together to go buy the item from the guy, right? Um, and then you get the thing and you equip it and you're just like, this is badass, right? Total distraction, awesome distraction from what your plan was to do that night. And then, again, then you go on to do the thing, but things happen on the road, things happen, like social things happen, encounter things happen, right? Like there's all this potential, right, for things to just happen along the way. Yes, you have goals, but we're constantly interrupting those goals with potential for other kinds of interactions that are also fun. And then what happens is you have a varied experience, not only at that run, but a lot of times every night you're having this varied experience that involves a lot of things that are all potentially enjoyable, right? That you're just like, oh, that one night was really unique and different and special, right? It wasn't just grinding bosses to get loot. That was my big picture goal, but all these other things happened on the way. That was really fun, right? And nowadays we've streamlined all that shit, right? So now all the distractions are pushed to the side. Your desire to go do them is very little, right? You just want to stay on target all times, and it leads to a very linear experience. And so game designers are forgetting about, but what could happen on the way, right? And some games actually that's the whole game. Like if you look at a Far Cry game, that's the whole game. It's like they give you a waypoint to run to, and then they just every second they're throwing some kind of open world random encounter at you, right? Almost to the point where it gets annoying by the end of the game, right? Because it's just like, fucking hell, tigers again, really? Can I just get to the place? But again, the goal was, like the intent of the design was to constantly have random things happening that are nice, fun distractions, and then get you to your place and you do your thing, and right. So, but it just seems so lost in you know, a lot of modern design nowadays because the designers think that players are all narrow-minded and only want to do the thing that they want to do, and they even tell you that sometimes, right? Like, all I want to do is raid. Stop making me do this whole bullshit, right? It's just like, okay, here you go, non-stop raiding from start to finish every night. And it's just like, I'm not sure those people are having way more fun because of it. I think they're getting exhausted faster because of that lack of balanced meal, because of that lack of distraction, and they don't really realize it. But everyone's just super fatigued now playing games. Oh, like, no, I gotta raid again. I gotta raid again, rather than I get to raid. Tonight I get to raid, rather than, oh, I fucking gotta log in and raid. So you gotta distract. Gotta eat their veggies. Right? So yeah. How you doing, DJ Zeffy? Yeah, nice to see you too. Then the dude says, meet me in Darnassus. Call it the Flood. Says Great Brother. It also has it. Yeah. They don't want variants, right? Yeah, so, and that's the thing. Like, you know, players will definitely, you know, the old thing that people say a lot, they'll optimize the fun out of the experience. They also, yeah, they'll take the superficial out of everything and be like, that's the thing I care about. So put all your eggs into that, not realizing that, you know, as human beings, we're way more complex than that in terms of what brings us enjoyment. So, and also just the idea that players would always be getting and doing the thing that they want all the time is also just ridiculous. Like, design so frequently is about putting people in, taking people out of their comfort zone, right? You know, you kill them, which is very uncomfortable, so that they can learn from it and grow from it and realize they have to get better, right? That's one of the fundamental principles. And so, in that sense, in that very specific sense, the players are the enemy, or the designers, sorry, are the enemy of the players, right? Your goal is to be living the dream at all moments, and our goal is to crush those dreams and make you earn them, right? Earn the right to live, you know, to bask in that glory for a brief time before we smack you down again, right? That's the goal. And so there can be no agreement when it comes to that. Like, that's the job of the designer, is to kick you in the balls, to daze you. So, like, the fact that there's a conversation, what do you want? And it's like, oh, okay, I'll give you what you want. It's just kind of absurd in a lot of cases. One player may hate rating, then come back next year and love it. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And the context matters a bunch, where you're at personally, you know, who you're doing it with, right? Like, there's a lot of variables to enjoying a thing. So, and a lot of those variables are hard earned, right? Like, the process of finding a guild of like-minded people that you can socialize with night after night and strategize with and share loot with, and right, like, learn and grow together with, is very time consuming and difficult. But once you find it, man, that is an amazing guild, right? Versus like looking for raid, you know, pugging, right? It's quick, it's super quick, but the chances that it's a worthwhile experience, very, very low. Very low. Like, how many guilds were formed on the spot? We should all be in a guild, guys. At the end of a like LFR pug raid. Yeah, that doesn't happen. Everyone's just like, oh, thank God that's over. Fucking hell. Get me out of here. I never want to see people again. A blue honey flower. Delish. Oh God. He's gonna want to blow up on me. Ugh, why don't you go blow up next door? This thing's got a big old clip. I like it. Who's belching? Yeah, you crack those open. They got open. Ah! Yeah, this is why, like, conversation between players and devs is the bad side, right? I want this. No. You bastard, you never listen to the community, blah, 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 blah. True. Get sniped. Alright. Ooh, we got a lot here. More fuel and a fire. Might be able to craft some stuff. Ooh, knuckle dusters. Oh, you guys couldn't see that animation very well, but oh, look nasty. Guy spotted me. Come on in. The old 1-2. Duffel bags. Never know, you might find a GPU in a duffel bag. Has anyone been playing Tarkov lately? I haven't played in a while. Too many games. What have you guys been playing? Ooh, maybe I'll show you another game that I played a little bit of. I basically already finished it, but it's a quick one, but it's pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet. Oh, I can make a spiked board. Yeah, oh, I can make another spiked board. Hello. How many do I have? I need more bandages, I think. Oh, I have 10, never mind. Have you played PoE? Yes. Both Path of Exile and Pillars of Eternity. I've got to remember the community's supposed to comprise of more. That's right. I think Winston Churchill said that, didn't he? I'm paraphrasing. These. These knuckle dusters are good at dizzying. I'll be right back, guys. Use the restroom.
You think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
No one cared. Alright. I'm going to pause this game here, actually. I'm going to show you that other game. I'm excited. You cared? Oh, that's nice. That is actually really nice. This game is called Stacklands. Just came out recently. It's super cute. It was surprisingly fun.
Sakepuppe.
Suckerpopo. Have you watched any more videos on AOC after the latest PM video? I've seen some. One of my favorite streamers, Lukey, is an absolute fanatic for Ashes and is watching everything they do and is super excited about it. Yeah, they haven't had much, but I'm reasonably aware of various things. But yeah, there hasn't been much to show, so. You're excited that I'm excited? Alright. I think I'm going to start a new run. Oh, I can do short now that I've won on normal. I can do it on short. Yeah, we're going to go hardcore. Okay. Alright. So basically, you buy these card packs, and then you combine these cards to do things, and there's a clock on it. You have to, like, feed your dudes. So I put the villager on the berry bush, and he starts harvesting berries. And then I keep my resources to do this. So this is something he's going to eat. Like, each villager has to eat 2 at the end of each day, and this is like the day clock. And if I fail to feed them, then... And then positioning matters, like, if he generates a berry bush near this stack, it'll add to the stack, and then I go harvest the rock a little bit. And so I'm trying to develop my town, and I can make money and then buy new packs, which then have new cards and let me do all kinds of crazy new interactions. So I'm going to sell that stuff and buy a new pack. I got another 2 more berry bushes in a tree. That's pretty good. And so it's scratching all these itches of, like, opening card packs and then finding ways to interact with these things. I mostly just want to sell. So day 1's almost over. I'm playing on shorts. This is hardcore mode. It's feeding time. He's going to eat 2 berries. It's not real efficient food. You get more and more efficient food as you go. And then there's time challenges as well. Things are going to happen over time, and I have to be ready to fight and stuff like that. This game is so chill. It really is. I don't know how well it streams, but they do close to berries to eat. No, they'll eat from anywhere on the board, so they can move around. The berries will find them, which is nice with berries. And you have, like, you have money, and then you have, like, you can only have 20 cards, non-coin cards. So there's, like, storage limits, essentially. Whose food found you? I know. Just at least the DoorDash driver, right? So I harvest a tree to get some wood. I'm just going to sell the wood for now. I want another pack. But eventually I'm going to use... Dude, my packs have been good. Because each one of these things is good economy, because you'll get, like, 3 cards, which you can sell for 1 each. Flint! I'll keep Flint around. The streams while I'm chatting? Yeah, probably very true. Feed the villagers! Oh god. All humans are fed. Stone, I don't think I need right now. Oh, an apple. Look at me. Where am I going to put this? stick and flint, and then I combine together, it's going to make a thing. Like there's different recipes, so you combine different reagent or resources to make other things. These cards seem a little too good, that's right. Paid actor cards. Another tree. So I made a campfire, now I can cook things. Alright, what do I need now? I need another dude. Oh man. Who should I do with Seeking Wisdom? Chicken! Stack 1 chicken and 1 egg to brood an egg. Stack a chicken and an egg. I don't think I ever had that one. All humans were fed. Or low. Save that flint again, I think. So this is like a research thing, a research card. It tells you how to do things. You can also sell it when you're done, and it also goes into your logs. So I thought I had unlocked everything. There's new resources? What? I thought I'd played everything. I hadn't. Yeah, the game is also just super cute. Yeah, so I will eventually get another villager, and then I can start making dudes, because you find a house, you put the 2 villagers in the house, and then things happen. I won't get into details. This is Christian, wholesome Christian stream. But I'm pretty sure some... Oh god, it's a rat! I got a key. That's nice. So these are the bad guys. They wander around your board, fucking up all your organization. This is the perfect game for OCD. It's for like $5 on Steam. Raw meat! I can cook it. That's good rat meat right there. Yeah, it's like $5, and I fell in love. I was like, and I felt like I had done everything. Apparently, there's a couple things I haven't done yet, but I was sad when I finished it because I was like, oh, I want more. This is one of those like probably made by one guy kind of thing. Oh no! Alright, I'll sell another flint. Let's just get some economy going. I need a 3rd guy. And then when you look at, you mouse over the, you can't see, let me pause it. They don't let you do, like move cards or anything while it's paused. Oh, they are letting me, wait. Oh, maybe there's different rules on the short. You can pause it to move things around, but normally they don't let you move things around while it's paused. But down here it shows you, if I mouse over Humble Beginnings, it'll tell me what's in the pack. So it may contain tree, rock, berry bush, soil, rabbit, wood, stone, rat, an idea, or a key. When you first start the game, you don't know anything about what's in anything, so you have to like you have to find all the stuff naturally, and then it adds to your knowledge list. So I think Seeking Wisdom is one where... Poop! I can't remember where I get my first new dude. I guess I'm just going to keep spamming Humble Beginnings until I get there. Is this early dev game or fully released? I can't remember. Check it out on Steam. It'll tell you. But I can't remember. I'm hoping they have a lot more planned because this, again, I fell in love with it. And I was just like, oh, this is so good. So I'm really excited for updates. I hope they feel like it was successful enough. Soil. Okay, so soil I can put the apple in and make an apple tree. And stick, stick I can do things with too. What is it? It's stick and stone or stick and flint? I can't remember. That's not that. That goes there. Villager! There it is. Stick and stone, no. But now I have twice as many dudes, so they eat 4 per turn, so I'd have... I have to have a lot. Oh, that's right. Wood and 2 sticks, so I need 1 more stick. Actually, I need 1 more wood. So I can... Oh no! Oh no! Oh man, that's bad. Feed! I had to buy another one, so... Oh man. Terrible pack. Now it's catching up to me. Get on those trees, boys. So I only have 4 food left. No berries, bushes worked on. I might get an apple from a tree, though. I can sell that. I can sell that. So that's going to make something. And then... Ah! I need more food. So a spear made. Now I can turn a guy into... apple. That helps. Like an apple tree. There we go. I'll give you a few. Apples. Feed. Can you sell villagers? No. Sadly. Wood. Alright, what do I want now? Good apples. I honestly just need... I need more berry bushes. Well, there's a rabbit. He's gonna wander around. And... I'm gonna harvest him. Carrots. Carrots are bomb. Another rabbit. Berries, apples. Oh, that's a berry. Get on that guy. All the days are so aggressive. For the new WoW expansion reveal a week from now? Really? Alright. Good news. Poop! You can get on that. Just trying to make economy right now. Another apple's good. So if I put the spear on the villager, he will transform into a new unit. All humans were fed. Apple tree. So villagers do work faster, but militia are much stronger in combat. So there's a trade-off. But I feel like I have to have at least one guy that's decent in combat in case push comes to shove. tree. Okay, what am I trying to build now? This is also a great game for people who love organizing their desktop icons, you know? Oof. Alright. Oh, see, I'm over my max. Which means I have to sell, or I'm going to build a shed. I've forgotten how, though. It's been too long. Feed the villagers. I have to sell a card. Woodstone stick. Okay. Sheds will let me have more. I can hold more cards in my play area. Ooh, berry bush, very nice. You get to work on rock. Good old rock. Two less armor fighting barbarians, two named chosen battle brothers. Nice. Trees. Not making enough progress. Is this going to be in time? Oh god, I'm going to have to sell something. Oh no, I ate a bunch. Okay. Build that shed. Oh, nice. Two berry bushes. Carrots. So carrots are nice because they don't require you to harvest. They take longer to farm, but they save you from having to work the tree that comes out. Shed. The shed also expands your game board size, so this will get bigger and bigger as we go. Did I finish Elden Ring? No. Killed the fire giant last weekend? No. The furthest I've gotten is I've killed 2 bosses, and I've explored a lot of them grave, and I have 2 different characters I've been developing, so they're about at the same place, both of them. What else? I want more soil. Just give me the soil. Three coins and a wood? Or is it a wood and 3 coins? Can't remember. Who's not working? Wait, does soil come out of humble beginnings? Is there a time level in this time limit? There is. So it's still early game, but eventually like portals are going to start opening and bad guys come out, and the bad guys get progressively harder. And this is like your day clock. Right now it just ticked over, so you can see it's slightly filled, but every time it fills, you guys have to eat and another day. So the longer the game goes, the more challenging it gets. So you are racing against a clock, but 2 types of clocks. So yeah, you do have to be efficient. Let me pause it to read this. Tree, rock, berry bush, soil. Yeah, I want soil. Rabbits. Rabbit just running loose. It's just everywhere. Take that. Stupid rabbit. 2 wood and a coin? Is that poop? Coin chest. So now I can put all of that in here. Makes things a little bit easier. Because now I can drag the coin chest over things. It's not working. It's not. It still takes some micromanagement, but helps a lot. I need another shed. Stick, wood, and a stone. I'm going to have to sell. I'm going to have to sell things. Sell 5 cards. Should I sell 5 berries? Strange portal! Uh-oh. Am I ready? Am I ready for the strange portal? I don't know that I am. Where's my dad? Oh, and a rat. It's not good timing. I pushed it. Let's kill the rat first. There's a whole positioning game going on. Oh no, don't kill my villager! Oh, okay. Oh, I found a map. Sweet. 2 flint. You guys heal over time. It takes a little bit. Dangerous day. Poop to gold in real life? Yeah. Oh, my soil's not working. It's not good for anybody. Villager, flint. When are you going to give me the soil? Another key. That was nice of him. I wonder what a key does. Sell a card? I need to build another shed. I'm working on it. Berry bush, but no. God damn. I need a chunk of wood. Good night, Maverick. Oh, there we go. Coin. I got a gold coin out of that rock. Nice. Build that shit. What does it? You stay over the card limit. So when the night or the day ends, you have to feed your villagers, and if you're over the limit, you have to sell cards down to your limit. So it can come at a pretty bad time. Because usually during the day, you're like overextending, trying to make things, and get stuff done. How many cards do I have to sell? Sell 2 cards. So yeah, this is an example. Like that I'm okay getting rid of. But I'm in the middle of building something. I'm really close. So I guess I'll sell a berry. But I don't really want to sell like food especially. Although I have 17 at the moment. So I built a shed which gives me 4 more cards. So I'm up to 28 max. Gives me a little flexibility. I could even build another one. I really just need more soil though. I'm just not getting it. I'm just not getting it. What goal in Classic WoW, and I don't have it. Can you please tell me your point of view about goal in Classic WoW? I mean, a lot of the goal is just you figuring out what your goal is. Like, we give you some direction. Go do these quests. Go, kill the things in front of you. Level your character. And then hopefully you sort of figure out what you enjoy and keep pursuing that kind of thing. For some, it's just getting to max level. For others, it might be, killing the toughest bosses of the game. Might be socializing, might be crafting. Right? So we present you with lots of opportunities. Get to 60 and get best items. There you go. Pretend to be a girl and receive all the epics. That's right. Most tips from dancing on the mailbox. Sell a card. Let me live. Is there soil? Is there soil in this pack? Tree, rock, berry bush, wood, stone, stick, flint, poop, coin. There's no soil. I guess I could save. I could start getting reap and sow, but yeah, there's a lot better stuff. Ooh, a cow, chicken, berry bush. Oh, that's where I'm going. Yeah, I've got the money to pay for the 10s. I don't get the keys, but that's okay. Your guys' job is to tell me when I'm not using my soil. Save sticks to make more sheds. Reap and sow pack. First one. Soil. Another apple. 2 stone. Make another shed. Some trees going. Oh, I need a house. How do I make a house again? Feed. Two cards. Two wood, 1 stone, 1 villager. 2 wood, 1 stone. Wood. Rabbit. He's humping my coin chest. Oh, I smacked a carrot out of him. Nice hit. Really good job of satisfying sounds. Yep. Flint, I don't think I need yet. Oh, I need 7. What do I do? Downgrade? 2 stone, 2 wood. That was it, right? Nope. 2 stone, 1. Wait. 1 less stone. Humans were fed. Go humans. Apple tree. I got quite a bit of food. So now it's time to get busy. What are we making in there? Avert your eyes. Avert your eyes. A baby. We made a baby. Now we just need some economy. I'm gonna keep the stick. Ooh, these days go by so fast. A strange portal right next to my baby. How dare you? This is totally a game that would kill a baby, wouldn't it? We got 2 rats and a goblin again. Apple tree. Raw meat. Some poop. A bone. Apple tree. Get on it. And we got another tree. This can be tricky. This is going to be tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just sell 1. I'll sell a berry. Cooked meat. And you while away your days. Making progress. Oh, I should have killed the rabbit first, dang it. Actually, what's the animal pen? 2 plank, 2 wood, 1 iron bar. I'm still good from iron. Send the villager out to kill the rabbit. You got this. It's called hunting. 2 more sheds. Very nice. Baby's eating meat. Already. He's going to be a champion. He's going to be a champion. Well, that was good yield. Villager! To work, boys. Keep that flint around. Two sticks and a wood is what I need. Whew, got there just in time. But now we got 6 per day food demands. We've been doing okay. 2 sticks and a wood. That's right, it doesn't require a guy to make the spear. Oh, I don't think I want to have it though. I want to have the wood, even though I don't need the spear just yet. Have the spear, sorry. Berry bushes. Apple tree. Oh my god, my soil. My soil! I need a soil command so you guys can. Soil! I'm not using my soil. Stickstone wood. Make another shed. Always more sheds. Alright, what's my goal next? I know there's things I could be. Five cards? I sold an apple. Ugh. Two flint, 1 wood, 1 stone. That's what I need. Villager not working. Villager not working. Oh, we're starting to eat some veggies, fruits and veggies. Yum. Now I need flint. There it is. One more. Hey, all right. All right. Four and a half hour VoD is still up. Really? That's nice to hear. So now I got to mine, which I can mine. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Actually, yeah, militia's fine. Oops, that was a mistake. Oh, why am I opening this pack? Okay, should be okay. After I feed, I should be okay. A strange portal. Oh, and it's in the worst place. It's all right in my business down there. Flint and stone. Oh, I got a bear. A bear, 2 skeletons, and a slime. This is a tough one. Oops. What are you doing? God, that's gonna be... Oh, I should have upgraded with the spear. Oh, I didn't have time. The slimes are splitting. Oh, killed my militia. Now I've got a corpse. This is just like dead card. Takes up a slot. There's things you can do with it, but not just yet. Oh, one less mouth to feed. Don't you kill another villager. Oh, we're gonna die, aren't we? Someone's gonna die. Oh, we did it. Oh, we only had poop? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, now what do I need? I need a smelter. 2 flint, 2 brick, a plank, and a villager. I got the 2 flint. Don't need the stick. chicken. Actually, I'm not doing that yet. 2 plank, 2 wood. Oh, actually, I need to do that. Oh, I need a smelter. So I need 2 flint, 2 brick, and a plank. That's a lot of work. Iron ore, there we go. Alright, you get in the house. We need another baby on the way. Yeah, we're all kinds of discombobulated. That last portal attack was pretty rough. Pretty rough. It's a lot of apples, Steve. I gotta kill this chicken, actually. Poop. No, don't do that. Tree, rock, yeah, I just want this. Stone. Oh god, I need more sheds. So we need another stick. Apple tree. I don't need more apples right now. Sell 4. Man. Ouch. Such is life. Plank, wood, stone, iron bar, cheese. There's a plank. I need 2 bricks. There's 1 brick. Flint. Do you have any info on the next expansion, Nazareth? No, I have no idea. But all will be revealed soon, right? Is my baby ready yet? Did you hear that? Is my baby ready yet? It's slightly too just ultra frantic, yeah. And there are things you can do. Mr. Page, thank you so much for the huge raid. I appreciate you. Welcome along, everyone. Yeah, there are things you can do to minimize your clicks, but there's also a fair number of disruptors, you know, that mess up your assembly lines kind of thing. You can also increase the length of the days, which gives you a little more time, a little more breathing space. Because I found when I first started, it was way too frantic, and then I reduced or lengthened the daytime so that like you could get, because those are the like most busy periods of cycling your food, I feel, and it leaves you very little time to progress or do other things, right? So you tried this game yesterday and had a blast? Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, I just kind of randomly stumbled upon it. It looked cool. Like, I don't know if you ever played Cultist Simulator. Have you played that, Mr. Page? That was the first game that did this kind of thing, and it's phenomenal. It's so unique and so different. The Cultist Simulator's got way more depth, too. Yeah, I liked Cultist Simulator a lot. But this one's more grounded. Like, it's simpler concepts. Do they not tell you the rules? Well, they let you discover. I mean, the rules are really simple. Stack cards to create things, and then they give you ideas, right? Like you'll research chicken. The idea is chicken, and it tells you how to make, or it tells you that chicken and an egg will brood an egg. So it'll tell you how to do stuff on occasion. Boy, I'm really behind. I'm just chilling. Let me pause, catch my breath here. Shed. So they sort of instruct you, but it's an exploration process. Cold Sim is way more in the dark. Yeah, a lot of that is just raw experimentation because the connections aren't as natural. The connections in this, that chicken one is notwithstanding. I never thought of interacting an egg with a chicken to make another egg, but a lot of them are really simple. Campfire, raw meat, you get cooked meat, right? Like a lot of that stuff makes sense. So give a spear to a villager, it becomes a spearman. But yeah, like I want the depth on Cultist Simulator in this game. Is basically what I want. Is that asking too much? Oh, okay, I need to buy something. So I hope these guys keep doing stuff. That's what I hope. Oh man, I have all trees. Should I make another plank? Oh no, I know what I'm going to make. Need another spear too. It's less cryptic than you see the vision of a ladybug making toast. You decide to join a cabaret club and use psychedelics. Yeah, a little bit. What do we got now, Kinski? Oh man, my daughter's in the market for another bunny, so we're researching now. She's ready. She's had long enough to grieve over the last one. I'm saving these videos for her to look at because they're amazing. Thank you, Kinski. All right. Uh-oh, portal. I do now really need. I can't move the portal. Can't move it. Wood, 2 stick and a wood. Let's go. Oh god. They're here! giant rat. And 2 giant rats and a bear. I'm so effed. Yeah, I don't have near enough. Don't come towards us. Oh, I got a spear. That guy dropped a spear. How lucky was that? Oh, my villager's gonna die though. Oh, he did it. Oh my god, by the skin of my damn teeth. Look at that. Let's see if this bear kills anyone. Oh my god, I got through it. Can't even believe that. I thought that was the end of the village, to be honest. Alright, I gotta gear up. I gotta get serious. Where'd my lumber camp go? Might just be time to put a guy in the lumber camp. 2 sticks. Tree, poop, rock, berry bush. Oh, militia, get to work. Making another spear. That spear was pretty ridiculous. That spear was huge. Huge. I think I need a guy now in the lumber camp. I think I just need another guy, right? When in doubt, make a dude. I need 2 more stone to make a quarry. These days are so fast! I need 1 more brick, so I need 3 stone. Oh, I sold my coin chest right then. That was terrible. Huge accident. Oh, it still has tree and rock. Okay. So, reap and sow. I gotta feed. I sold my coin chest. Another stone. Baby on the way. Raw meat on the fire. Rabbit. Militia working a tree, sure. Bones for sale. Oh, stick. I think I need that right now. Soil, that's good. Double up on the carrots. I could make berries, actually. Oh, right, because I can make smoothies. That's more for cash, though. Ooh, look at that foil tree. It's worth 5. I don't know if it gives better rewards, though. I'm curious to just not sell them. Thought that was a cute touch. Foil versions randomly. I wasted that whole day. Fruit salads. I need another stone. A cow. Oh, he's going to squirt milk all over the map. I know that sounds bad, but it's kind of good. I need 3 stone. Pronto. Should kill the cow. Where did my money go? Cow, you're so mean. Oh God. I'm going to sell a lot of cards. Like 6, 5 cards. I need the stone. Ooh, a traveling merchant. I could probably buy something. A plank? Hmm. I didn't want a plank. That's pretty bad. Give me a treasure chest. Oh, God. Worst. God damn you, cow. There's some milk. Milk and a berry. New villager. Brick. Milkshake. Should I sell those planks? I don't need to. Smelter. Get my first iron bar. And then what do? 2 plank, 2 wood, 1 iron bar. Okay, that's huge. Back in the mine. Apple tree. 2 flint. All I needed was 1 wood. Kept giving me sticks. Worst. Two cards. Stone. Berry. Strange portal again. Damn it. More soil though, it's good. Need to start upgrading those though. Oh, that portal's gonna open. What's it gonna be this time? Oh. Let's see if we can't get him to spread out a little bit. Oh, I'm so close on him. There we go. Spread out! Oh, this is bad. Is this the end? Dang. I think this is the end. Yep, it's the end. No! Just like that. Short days were too rough for me. Game over. But there it is. It's pretty fun. Very simple in terms of presentation, but a lot of complexity, very frantic. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot. GG indeed. Alright guys, short stream tonight. Had to got stuff to do for work tomorrow, but love seeing you guys again. Hope you enjoyed the 2 wild games I played. Conversation as always. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate you. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Hey James, how are you? Goodbye. See you next time.